and welcome to a new episode of IT Conversations. Today we're going to talk about what happened on day 2 of VMworld. My name is Johan from Amersfoort, and together with me is a special guest. It's Remi Schipperus from VMware. Welcome, Remi.
Thank you so much.
How are you, man?
I'm very good. I slept well, so that's always great. And you?
Yeah, good, definitely. So how was VMworld, like day 2 in general? How was it for you?
A bit different. I spent a little bit of time here, actually, but also in the car. So it's a virtual event. So I had my phone up on my car, and I watched a couple of sessions over there. And then at home, started to watch it there as well. And how about you?
Dude, yesterday was intense. So besides the fact that we saw a lot of great sessions during the day, I also checked out the vDiscover track that started yesterday night, actually, which we'll cover in this session in a couple of minutes. But what also happened yesterday was there was a vExpert party. And during the vExpert party, there was a kind of an award show for the first time. And dude, I won a couple of awards. So one for Best Book, for the VDI Design Guide Part 2, I won an award for Best Blog Post, and that was related to the first book, which we are giving away for free. And in a blog post, it had like 20,000 hits in the first 2 months. So based on that number, it won that category. I won the Best Podcast together with the crew of In de Aap gelogeerd, which is really cool, together with Duncan and Frank. And we won the award for the best YouTube channel. And dude, it might even be the best award because we're working with a big team on all of these awesome videos, and the fact that it's being recognized by the community, that's really awesome. So it couldn't make me more proud. So great. Yeah, that gave a whole other perspective on yesterday night. I was attending the rest of the sessions with a big smile, and the VDI Nerdfest demo session that I created with Mobile John, with John Tolles, was displayed for the first time yesterday. So that was also really, really cool. But the second keynote was yesterday as well, the solution keynote. We watched it, both of us. Let's go through a couple of the announcements. What stood out to you? Yeah,
so yesterday we talked about intelligence and a couple of stuff was announced, but now also a deep integration with Horizon was announced. So we all know WS1 Intelligence, getting analytics from applications, getting analytics from devices, but we can now also integrate it in Horizon. So we can see app sessions, we can see the sessions, we can see app analytics, see if there's any crashes of applications. So basically everything we know from the devices and other devices, we can now integrate that into Horizon, which is very cool. Yeah, that's definitely cool. One of the things that we were also always using vRealize operations to do that. But from I guess from a physical desktop perspective and physical endpoint, we always use WS1 Intelligence to gather that intelligence of the mobile endpoint. But now, like if the Horizon stuff is being integrated in that interface as well, it makes it a lot simpler to basically monitor and manage everything. Yeah, that's definitely really, really, really cool. And one of the other things that we saw is for Horizon Operations Center, which is a little bit different from intelligence. So how does it differ? Well, Horizon Operations Center is part of the newly announced Universal Control Plane. First and foremost, the new Universal Control Plane will contain much more of the management components and the infrastructure components, so customers don't have to maintain a lot of connection servers and stuff like that. At first, it's multi-cloud aware, so you can basically add different types of subscriptions and multi-cloud environments into that single control plane. So an end user is capable of accessing a desktop in Azure or in the future like in Google Cloud VMware Engine, and that's really cool. And what the Operations Center does is it gives you an overall view over all of those different components and the availability, but also where's my desktop living, what kind of resource consumption is running, and that's really cool. So that's more around visibility and proactive troubleshooting.
Yep.
So if the resources run low, we can automatically add some more resources.
Absolutely.
That's great to see. And what are some sessions that you have seen that you really want to talk about?
So there was a session yesterday that basically contained all of the improvements in Horizon 8. So that was really cool. It's an on-demand session and it's still viewable. I'm going to go through a list of a couple of those improvements. So App Volumes and Image Management Service now have Windows 10 multi-session support. Horizon has HDR support for better image quality. GPU support for physical desktops, which is really cool because a physical desktop can now contain like a GeForce card, so consumer grade card, and still supports Blast Extreme. The Blast codec has enhancements like bandwidth optimizations, but also, and that's really cool, multi-threaded encode and decode support. So especially if you have large frames, like, I don't know, 8K frames, you can now do encoding in multi-threaded CPU support, which, you know, will increase both the image quality as well as the all-around performance. Screenshot blocking, so you can block screenshots being taken from a security perspective. Then if you look at Blast enhancements, there's support for AVID, Maya, and other like ISV apps. There's support for Wacom tablets. One of the things that we talked about yesterday is AR and VR support, which is included in Blast Extreme as well. There are a couple of security enhancements. If you look at the Horizon platform, instant clones now have multi-NIC support, which is really cool if you want to separate networks from each other, and if that, from a security perspective, is necessary. We have 64 host support per cluster when using instant clones. Windows Server 2022 support for management components. Multi-domain Horizon pod support. So, for instance, if you have customer A and customer B, they want to collaborate, but they have different domains, you can now do that from a cloud pod architecture perspective. Carbon Black is being integrated in instant clones. So it's fairly easy to integrate Carbon Black into your images, your base images. And from an Horizon RDSH perspective, we have now 6 display support. Horizon RDSH now supports Linux apps. We have session fast launch, which is really cool. If you sign into Workspace ONE Intelligent Hub, you kind of have like a pre-launch, so your session is already pre-cached. The only thing you need to do is just hit the session button, and it automatically pops up. So your profile and stuff like that, and your App Volumes applications are already preloaded. OSAT enhancements, and finally, there's a lot of improvements around load balancing. So the algorithm behind load balancing is improved, which makes it a lot better. You know, this list of all of the stuff that has been announced and improved, there's a lot more. There's a lot of sessions in the content catalog that go through all of the announcements in depth. So I definitely would recommend all of the viewers to dive into the content catalog and check what's out there. But a lot has been announced. It's really, really awesome that you're seeing that VMware is really improving and innovating. Both from a Workspace ONE as well as a Horizon perspective.
Yeah, a lot of things announced, all making sure the better end user experience, a better security, better management, put everything in one basically. Yeah,
definitely. So if we're looking at the final day of VMworld, anything you're looking forward to?
I think I'm going to watch a couple of sessions that I missed last night that were launched. I'm going to go on the on-demand sessions, see what I can learn even more. But anything I should be looking for?
Well, definitely look at the session from Josh Spencer, who is talking about the integrations between Workspace ONE and Horizon, and the session that I looked at last night around the Horizon 8 improvements. That's definitely a session that I'd recommend watching.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, Remi, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. For now, thanks for watching, and we'll definitely see you next time.